Welcome back to Midday. We begin the show with September Karomi to talk about Timeraiser. This is, of course, an annual event, so thanks for being here, September.
Thank you.
Timeraiser, maybe just refresh our memory to those that may not really understand what this is about. This is pledging your time for volunteer hours, right? Is that sort of the idea?
Yeah, so what it is I've raised corporate sponsorship, and with that money I've gone out and purchased artwork. So we buy the artwork outright.
Oh, okay.
So the artist gets their money and they go home, and then that's kind of the end of their obligation. And we have the artwork set up in a silent auction at the Timeraiser on November 16th. And you can bid on the artwork, but instead of bidding with money, you bid with a commitment of volunteer hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a popular event. This draws a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the idea is you go around. Can you choose whichever nonprofit or organization that you want, or is it?
For sure.
Yeah. It's your decision essentially where you put your time, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's 15 different agencies in the room that night, so it's like speed dating for volunteering. Like you can really get a good idea of what's out there, what interests you, what agencies might need the skills that you have. And it's really casual, and there's no signing up to volunteer that night or anything like that. It's just a really great way to learn about all the great work that goes on in our community. And if you are a winning bidder on a piece of art, let's say you win a piece for 80 hours, then you have a year to do 80 hours of volunteering, and then you get to take the artwork home at the end of the year.
That's a good idea. Well, we have some artwork that maybe we can just have flash by while we're chatting here. It's some beautiful pieces. So are these this year's artwork that you've purchased outright? Okay.
This is this year's artwork.
So, and you get these the pieces of art from all over, or how do you decide what you want to have for the event?
It's actually the most fun part of running the event is getting to buy all the artwork. But we buy most of the artwork through the Art Expose show that the Kamloops Arts Council hosts in February. It's a really open concept art show. Everyone is welcome, and I love the Kamloops Arts Council. They're great at supporting artists. So all this work was purchased at that show, and I have a committee mainly made up of the sponsors. So I asked the sponsors to give me some people who like artwork, and we go out and pick stuff because we're looking for stuff that people like. We're not looking for maybe some
weird,
slightly off, that has lots of artistic merit, right? I want stuff that, the common person wants to hang in their living room.
Right. And someone who may not be, really knowledgeable about art, just something that catches their eye right away. And that, so does this get a little competitive sometimes when you have somebody really wanting one piece of art?
Oh,
they
like
really
any
bidding their hours?
Yes, like any good silent auction, of course. People get in a bit of a competition and they bid way more than they should and all of that. A couple of things. It's not money, so that's great. Yeah. It's your time.
It is your time.
But we do have a maximum bid. You can only bid 100 hours. You can't go more than that.
Well, because how could you live up to that, right?
Or especially if you've never volunteered before.
Right. So what are some of the agencies? I know there's a long list of agencies, but just some of the ones that come off the top of your head right now that are registered.
Sure. We have a fun mix of agencies. So we have like Junior Achievement, and the MS Society, and some of the bigger ones, Kamloops Therapeutic Riding Association, but then we also have these quirky little ones that hear about us, so like the Barnhart Vale Horse and Hiker Association.
Oh, that's nice.
And the Brennan's Ugly Sweater Run, I think is what it's called. So and I try and get a little bit of everything, so there's guaranteed to be something for everybody there. Like if you like to be outside, then the Horse and Hikers is great. If you like horses, then there's the Kamloops Therapeutic Riding Association. If you want to do office work, then lots of agencies need that.
And having some of the smaller agencies come on board, or the smaller organizations come on board, that's beneficial to them in a huge way, because sometimes it's not always easy to get volunteers to help out smaller, if your name's not out there, if people don't recognize what you do.
Oh,
so
totally.
This is a nice little platform for them.
Yeah, for sure. It's great.
So this happens on November 16th at the Rex Hall. All you have to do is show up, or how does this work?
So you can buy tickets online. And the website is ktwtimeraiser.ca, because Kamloops this week is our media sponsor. And or you can buy them at the door, and they're $20.
Okay. And any maximum number of people that can actually come in and take part in this silent auction, or how many people do you expect usually?
There's usually about 150 people there. There is obviously a limit. So, make sure that you buy your tickets online if you want to go. And there's only 17 pieces of artwork. So there is a limit on the bidding part of it, but there's no limit on just interacting with the volunteers. We have live music, there's appetizers. It's really relaxed. It's a lot of fun. You get to see your last year's winners take their artwork home and hear about what they've done in the past year. And it's a really fun, laid back event. It's a great place to just learn about our community and meet people.
Great. Well, thanks, September. That's wonderful. So November 16th at the Rex Hall. For more information, you can go to the website at the bottom of your screen and take part in this really neat event. We're back in 2 minutes with Roxana Ferguson. Stay with us.